Sickness. It's something that happens to everyone. Unless you have the world's strongest immune system, I find it really hard to believe that you have never gotten sick. Why am I talking about this? Well... Yep. I got sick. I got lacking at school and then caught either a viral infection or a fever. And I can go ahead and say that getting sick is probably one of the worst things ever. Actually, being sick is great because you get to skip work and such a lazy ass. I admit, staying at home is pretty great. With the trade-off of your throat feel like it's getting stabbed 24/7. And that work you missed? Yeah, you didn't miss it. It's just put off to another day. In turn, making that day have more work. I've gotten sick multiple times. And I'm just gonna give you a little demo of how that happens. My throat hurts. Why is it so cold? Okay, it's really cold. Am I running a fever? Okay, I'm gonna go to bed and hopefully I get better. Oh, did it get worse? I guess once it's day 2, it just kicks into high gear and then everything starts to hurt. I try to keep myself occupied by watching a show or something, but honestly, it was not working. However, it is a pretty good way to get out of doing stuff like school, which is something I tried to do a lot when I was younger. Faking sick, everyone has done it. I did this more in elementary school. I really don't know why, because there wasn't really a reason. Like, I actually liked elementary school. Little bro, let me just go in and tell you, it gets worse. Don't skip elementary. However, my mom did believe me most of the time. I could just say I got a cold or a fever, and then I'd just start watching Sonic X all day. But when I got to middle school, I really couldn't do that anymore. Because whenever I got sick, I really just turned red. Mostly my ears, you know, the usual stuff. So it was really easy for my mom to tell if you were sick. But I mean, it really didn't matter because I just ended up catching a bunch of diseases anyways. I really don't know what happened. Maybe my immune system really just took a break. Because the amount of times I got sick is genuinely laughable. It feels like these kids are just bringing some new disease never known to mankind before at the school. And I'm just the one to catch it. The thing is that this is the time where everyone was covering from 2020. So that meant every single time I got sick, I had to go get tested. And of course, all the times, it always came back negative. I mean, then again, tests aren't always accurate, but it was a pretty good indication that I had a different type of sickness. And most of the time, I don't even know what it is. But the time I really want to highlight is the time in 8th grade. It was Friday. I got sick with the fever, and it was kind of getting pretty bad. My friends were trying to get me to go to the nurse's office to have her do something or check me out. But I was too stubborn and decided to just thug it out until I got home. Genuinely crazy. Like, if I started having a fever in the middle of class, then I'm immediately going down to the nurse's office. Like, I am not playing around with that. I did get home and take my temperature, and it was 104 degrees. Crazy, I know. And I started doing the normal things, throwing up, sore throat, etc. Eventually, I did get better. For a week. I'm not even kidding. It was just 1 week, and then I caught the exact same sickness again. My friend even let me use her jacket because of how bad I was. Like, it was just crazy. I think it just came back even worse. This time I actually did go to the nurse because it was very hard for me to pay attention in class. And the nurse took my temperature and was like, yeah, you have a very high fever. I don't even remember what it was. But she just told me to lay down on one of those weird mats that genuinely just feel like sandpaper. My dad came and picked me up. Same stuff that happened before and yada yada yada. And you won't believe what happened. I got sick again! Granted, it was 2 months later, but still. There's always a saying that if something happens once, it's more likely to not happen again. But if it happens 2 times, it's definitely going to happen a 3rd time. And honestly, yeah, I definitely see what they mean by that after this. My parents even got so worried that they had to get me a lab treatment. Okay, so if you don't know what a lab treatment is, then basically what they do is they take samples of your blood to try and find diseases. And my ass had to do it. I think they put like a shot or something in my forearm and just had to suck some blood out. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy crushing my dad's hand. But I mean, I got chicken minis after, so I'd say it's a win-win. The funny thing is that I don't even think we figured out what the disease was. I think that's everything. I mean, I don't really know what else to talk about. That's kind of it. Thank you for listening to me really just yap and yap. Thank you for the support as always. And with all that being said...